Hi there, Daytona here. We would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the devastating effects of the government shutdown on programs like SNAP, WIC, and other services that combat food insecurity. If you or your family are struggling this season, or if you would like to donate, go to www.feedingamerica.org to find a food bank near you. Again, that's www.feedingamerica.org. Welcome back to another episode of the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast. Yes, yay. I am one of your hosts, Daytona.
I'm Michaela.
And this is a podcast where we yap.
And you listen.
That's never not going to be funny.
My news reporter voice, my radio host voice.
Back to you in the studio, Janet. So how are we?
Good. This weekend I went to a wedding.
Oh, right. Yes.
It was multiple states away.
Yes.
So my husband and I, we did a little swapsies. So I'm from a state farther south of here, and I came up here for college, and we met and stayed here. He has two cousins that grew up here and went to where I'm from for college and met someone and stayed there.
Yes.
Both of those cousins got married this year,
right,
like a month and a half apart. So
yes,
we've been traveling a lot for these weddings recently.
You've been gone in that state a lot.
I know, because you've been having to watch our cats, so you know how much we've been gone. It's been a lot of driving. But anyways, we went to the second wedding this weekend, and both times it's been close enough to where two of my brothers live that we were able to meet up for brunch with them the day of the wedding, like in the morning, before we went to the wedding, which is really nice because normally I wouldn't see them like basically summer to Christmas. So this time we were there, and I sent, when I found out what church the wedding was at, I was like, that's the church my brother goes to, and his wife. So I sent my brother a picture of the groom, my husband's cousin. Yeah. And I was like, do you know this guy from church?
Yeah.
He said, I don't know him from church. I know him from work.
Oh.
And he sent me a screenshot of their website where they have all their employees listed with their photos. Apparently they work together and they go to the same church.
That's crazy.
Then I showed the groom a picture of my brother, and he was like, oh, he's your brother? Like, he recognized him.
That's funny.
It turns out they worked together this whole time and like didn't realize that they were technically related.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, small world.
That is a small world. Yeah. It's always so odd when things like that happen. So I actually mine is more Parent Trap adjacent. So I went to summer camp. I was in elementary school, and I went to summer camp, and there was this girl, and we had the same last name, and we just kind of thought like, oh, haha, that's funny, and we became like good friends. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, okay, bye, I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
And then so every year my grandparents, and this is my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
Every year my grandparents would come down to Vegas, and where I'm from. And originally, I don't live there anymore. My grandparents would come down to visit, and we would also go visit my dad, my biological father, who I didn't live with growing up. And so, and that was like really the only time of year I would see him, when I would go with my grandparents to see him. So, I remember my mom saying like, hey, we are going to go and we are going to meet your cousin and your grandparents. And it was a girl with the same name. And I was like, oh, haha, how wild would that be if it was the same person? And it was.
Wow.
It was the girl from summer camp.
You just
and
randomly met
was my
camp?
cousin. Like,
that's funny.
So, yeah, so that was crazy. And like, we had known each other when we were like toddlers, I think, but
Yeah.
we hadn't seen each other in a really long time, like not recent enough to actually like recognize each other.
Yeah. Wow. What are the odds that you went to the same summer camp?
I know, it was super crazy. I mean, granted, we both lived in Las Vegas, so I don't really know. Well, actually, I think the reason why we never really saw each other was because like we didn't really interact with my dad's side of the family.
Right.
And so, you know, because my mom got remarried and and there were things, but yeah, so just super, super wild and
That's
random.
really funny.
Like, how does that happen? And I remember her mom being like, yeah, how many cousins named Daytona did you think you had? Or like, how many people named Daytona do you think there are? You know, like, of course that's your cousin. Like,
That's
so
funny.
it was just very funny. But yeah. Oh, so I saw a news article today, and the headline stopped me in my tracks. So
Oh boy, do tell.
I was like, wait, what? I had to click on it. So, and this is on AP News, Associated Press. That's what AP is, right?
think so, yeah,
Associated
yeah.
Press. Hair museum filled with century-old mementos closes its doors, scattering contents around the nation.
Wait, hair museum?
Yes.
There's such a thing?
So I had so many questions here, and I was like, scattering contents around the nation. Does that mean they're just like, I envisioned they're sprinkling hair throughout the U.S.
image of them flying a plane and just like dropping wings out of it as they go across the countryside.
And so I was like, wait, what?
It probably means they're like selling off their collection to other museums.
That's
but-
exactly what
okay.
it means. Yeah. Layla's Hair Museum's collection of century-old wreaths made from human hair
Ugh.
is now being rehomed to museums across the country. So it's like an art museum.
Oh.
And yeah, so
okay.
century-old wreaths made from human hair fill the walls of Layla's Hair Museum, and glass cases overflow with necklaces and watch bands woven from the locks of the dead. There are also tresses purported to come from past presidents, Hollywood legend Marilyn Monroe, and even Jesus.
Okay, that one I don't believe.
No.
But like, can you imagine being the curator of a museum and like working really hard to get George W. Bush's hair?
But like, look, like, and I'll link this photo, but like, literally, it's like a wreath made of the hair. I know. I hate it. I'm like, this is feeling a little too like serial killer-y for me.
Yeah, I want to know
Like,
the backstory of this person.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Like, I don't know.
Also, who pays to see that?
Right. Like,
Is it a tourist attraction where they're like, oh, you're in
know.
such and such town,
Yeah,
you
where
have
is
to
it?
go see the hair museum?
let's see.
When I lived in Germany, there was a museum in the city that I was in called the Verpackungsmuseum,
Okay.
which is German for packaging museum.
Okay.
And it literally was just a museum filled with old package,
I
like
was gonna say like boxes
cartons
and like tape
and boxes and tins
Oh my
and like
gosh.
yeah. And it was crazy. It was like dimly lit with spotlights on glass cabinets of boxes.
So wild. Yeah, it is in Independence, Missouri. It has 4 stars on Google,
Wow.
and getting tickets in advance is recommended.
Not anymore because it's closed.
And they have on-site parking.
Dropping its wigs out of plane.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds like something that would be on 911.
Yeah.
Like,
no, for
a
real.
plane gets in a crash or something and there's just falling wigs.
So crazy. It's so it makes me very uncomfortable. And like, do you know the serial killer Ed Gein?
I've heard the name.
Okay, so this makes me think of him because so in this I will not put a picture of because it's horrific. If you want to look it up, go for it.
I do not.
He would make like furniture and stuff out of like people.
Skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is so yucky and terrifying.
I know. There's a podcast called I don't know, it's called like Serial Killers or something. I don't know. But everybody at my old job was obsessed with it. And so I listened to a couple episodes and I have to admit they were fascinating, but I was like, this is messing me up. I can't. Yeah. I can't do it anymore.
I used to be very, very into like true crime and stuff like that. But then I also like got to a point where I don't know. I feel like if this is what you're into, be into it. That's totally fine. I just sometimes think like how ethical is it to like consume this, or I guess really to make it.
It's been like sensationalized so much that it's almost like glorifying the person who did it.
Right. Well, and like thinking about like, you know, it's one thing when it's like, you know, things that happened so long ago that like it doesn't like affect the people involved because they're all like no one who was no
one who remembers it is still alive.
Exactly. And so like that's fine. But I guess sensationalizing something that happened within the past, you know, 40 years, it's like, okay, this is like people's families and like, you know, so that's kind of hard. But again, I don't necessarily think that I think there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, you know, like with anything. So, you know, but I just think in general, I personally had to stop listening to it or watching it, consuming it, whatever, just because it was freaking me out. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And like, especially now that I have children as well, I am such a baby when it comes to anything anymore because all I picture is my children. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yep. So.
That's okay though.
Just I mean, I don't feel like it's a great loss in my life. Yeah. I'm not missing out on anything. Like I'll still, you know, I still love a good episode of Criminal Minds, but like that's not even real. So you know.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about horror movies. Like, I just don't feel like I'm missing anything by not participating in that. And sometimes I'm concerned for people who think those things are fun.
Yeah. The only time I think a horror movie is fun is if I'm watching it with other people and we're all getting scared together. That's what I enjoy. But I also, for one, I don't really watch horror movies. And two, I am so picky about what kind of horror movie that it's going to be. Can't have anything not psychological. It can't have anything like spiritual. Yeah. And it also supernatural. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. And it can also have no children. Yeah. Not a child in sight. Yeah. Because again, I'm just a baby when it comes to that. And so it's like, if I'm going to watch a horror movie, it has to be something that's so, like, never going to happen or is, like, you know, like, more like thriller. I like a thriller. I like a jump scare. I like a thriller. I like shark movies. Nope. I love shark movies because I don't like the ocean anyway, so I'm not really, like, this... It might as well be like
happening like, on a different planet.
Yeah, because I like going to the beach and I like, well, ish. And I like to like walk along the sand because where we live it's way too cold to actually get in the water. And so like whenever I've gone to the Dominican, that's nice. That's fun to go to the beach.
Yeah, I've never been anywhere tropical. So. Yeah,
that's like the only time that I actually. Well, yeah, that's where the sharks.
Yeah, I don't. The cold water keeps you safe.
But you can see the shark in the clear water.
Better? Is that I don't
Well, because then I can get away from the shark. No, I'm never like so far out there though. Like the sharks, yeah, they're gonna come for the people who are like in the water. I never get far enough in the water. Obviously, they still have it on beaches, but it's like the sharks generally don't hang out on the beach.
I don't know, Daytona. You're not convincing me here. I'm just like, this is the shark's natural habitat, and if it encounters me, even if I have advance warning, it's gonna win.
Well, yeah, I agree. Aren't you supposed to like punch it like that?
I think they have
I
like
think that's what I
sensitive noses.
Yeah,
like
so you're supposed
their
to punch its nose.
spidey senses are in their nose. Yeah, so if you punch them, then they go away. But
Allegedly.
like I'm gonna have the clear thinking to be like, oh yeah, remember you have to punch
You
it.
have
Like,
to punch it.
no, I'm gonna be freaking out.
Yeah. I just remember I love shark movies, and I remember watching the movie 47 Meters Down in the theater.
Nope.
And
That is a
'cause that's-
hard no.
that's the best place to watch a shark movie, in the
No.
theater. It's not that fun at home. In the
Absolutely
theater is the way to go.
That's like saying that the best place to talk about demons is in an abandoned church. No, absolutely not.
and so we were there, and it was one of those theaters where you could like order food. And so like you push a button and like a waiter like comes to like take your order. And so and this was
that
in
might make
Arizona.
it better because it's not like an immersive experience. Like there are people walking around. And,
Well, so there was
like,
only
sounds
like
happening.
3 groups of people there. There was
Okay.
us, there was these other 2 people, and then there was another like small group of people, maybe like 2 or 3. So we were watching the movie, and then like at a really intense part, a waiter comes up behind these 2 women who were like a couple rows in front of us,
can tell where you're
and,
going
like-
with this already.
and like are like, hey, and they both like scream and just like lose it, and we were all dying of laughter. It was so funny, and it was just it was so good. And so I was like, I hope they talk about that story as much as I do, because I think about it frequently.
Yeah.
And so it was just so funny.
I've only been
but-
to one of those movie theaters once. We went to
I've never heard of it. Oh.
but it was one of those, and it was to watch Fall Guy, which I really like that movie.
I
It
really
was
like
very
that
good.
movie. It's very cute.
But it was a fun experience. Like the ambiance and the vibes were good, but the food was not good.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like that's anywhere where it's like the food is not the main thing.
Right.
Like if you go to an arcade, or like there's something to be said about bowling alley nachos, but that's like the only thing
But
that's good at a
nachos
bowling
don't
alley.
really get cooked.
No,
Like, they
I
just
mean
melt the
it's
cheese
just
and that's it.
just literally like nacho cheese drizzled over chips. So
Right, exactly.
like you can't really go wrong.
but I was
Um,
imagining like what does the kitchen at a movie theater look like?
right.
Like they're not making things from scratch. They're
No.
probably just putting them in a
microwave
microwave.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I got the nachos and they were like burnt.
Yeah. I believe
So that wasn't great.
Wait, burnt? How do they burn nachos?
I don't know. Like the edges of the chips were all burnt.
Weird.
They must have like left it in the toaster for too long or
Oh
something.
yeah. Ugh.
But the movie was very good, so it was worth it anyway. It doesn't
Well, there
matter.
you go. Yeah. Yeah, I like to have popcorn when I watch a movie, not like dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We never did popcorn or soda or candy or anything growing up.
me either, because we were
Um,
poor.
So now that I'm an adult, it's like this is what I'm gonna spend my adult money
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Especially if I go to like the cheapo Tuesday where it's like
Yes.
half off
Then it's
tickets.
like, of course, I will.
Yeah.
I will spend money on the popcorn and whatnot. But
Or
yeah.
smuggling candy from the grocery store.
that's the way to do it. Yes. So we did do that growing up. We also went to the drive-in movie theater a lot as kids. because you pay for the car, not like per person.
Right.
And so, I mean, back then it was like $5, and we would just pop a bunch of bags of microwave popcorn and bring them with us, and bring a bunch of candy and bring like soda from McDonald's or whatever on the way.
We didn't have a drive-in movie near me. I think they like opened one. I was going to say installed. Opened one when I was in high school.
Okay.
But it wasn't like nearby. It wasn't in my town. But we went there as like a youth group event.
Yeah.
To see The Green Lantern.
Oh.
In like 2012.
That's so funny.
Maybe.
That's a bad movie.
It was terrible, but we had a fun time.
Sorry if that's your favorite movie. Don't mean to offend, but
I mean, I'm not a huge DC Comics fan.
Me either. I'm not a DC person.
But yeah, it wasn't great. But it was the only drive-in movie I've ever been to, so it's a standout in my mind in that way. And it was fun because I was like there with all my friends, and there was a playground, and our youth group leader is a photographer, so she was like doing like fun photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, we went a lot because there was one in Vegas, so we would go.
That sounds like a Vegas thing where it's warm all the time.
Yes, correct. We could go like pretty much all year round. So
yeah, no, we wouldn't have been able to go. I mean, unless you're gonna leave the car running the whole time, but that seems bad.
Not good. I think you're supposed to turn the car off, because you can have most cars, when you have the car off, you can still listen to the radio, like.
Right, yeah.
Like, you can have it on, but not really on, you know? So,
yeah, it's like battery power only.
Exactly. Well, that was a thing, too, at the drive-ins. So, there is always somebody whose car, like, the battery dies, and they need, like, a jump.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Community
I think
building.
it happened. Yeah, no, literally. Like, there was always people giving other people jumps in the parking lot of the drive-in theater. So it was just kind of funny. A community event.
It's like when you leave your lights on overnight and then your car won't start the next day.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly.
If anybody ever has to deal with AAA because their battery dies,
awful.
I had to get my battery replaced. Because, this car I inherited from my parents. It was like 12 years old or something crazy. AAA replaced my battery for me. Then, like, 3 weeks later, it died again.
What?
And I was like, dude, you better replace this battery under warranty or something, because I ain't paying it again.
Right.
And they tried to pin it on me and say, oh, you must have left the lights on overnight. And I was like, absolutely freaking not. I definitely paid attention because I can't afford this.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And I was like, I promise you that's not what happened. I check it every time. I make sure the lights turn off before I walk away. And he was like, I don't know, maybe you hit it with your purse. I was like, okay, excuse me. Stereotyping much. I don't even have a purse.
Yikes.
Also, how do you hit the light button on the ceiling with your purse?
Like really aggressively getting out of the car and like flinging your purse up into the air.
I don't know, but I guess I was annoying enough where he was like, fine, I'll replace it. But it better not happen again because I won't be able to do this next time.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Ugh. I was like, geez, men
work
in the automotive industry. Yuck.
That's so obnoxious. Sorry if you're a man working in the automotive industry.
But do better also.
But do better. Hold your coworkers accountable.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Our battery died at some point within the last year, and that was very stressful. But thankfully, that is one thing about living in an apartment. There's always people around.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, if your battery ever dies here, just call us.
Yeah, since you live 2.5 feet away now. Do you own jumper cables? I don't think you own them. Oh,
yeah, we do.
Well, that's nifty to know.
Well, yeah, we got them after we had the battery dying incident. And so we were like, this is stupid. I don't want to have to like call AAA for this.
Right.
So
it is free, but still annoying.
Still. But like AAA just takes 18 years to arrive. So It's a whole thing.
It was my husband's birthday recently, and we went out. His parents always take us out for dinner for our birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a really nice Italian place, like not like black tie fancy, like you can wear your real like normal clothes, but it's like definitely nicer, like, you know,
it's not the Olive Garden, like
yeah, cloth napkins, candles on the table.
Ooh, okay.
Like multiple
Ambiance.
Course menus.
Yes,
Like you can buy a whole bottle of wine if you want to.
Yeah. Yes.
Full bar setup,
Right.
stuff like that. And for context, like, we love going out to eat, okay? But Italian is not usually our choice. We usually go with something a little bit more exotic, I guess I'll say.
Yes.
Like, we love Thai food. We love Indian food.
Right.
There's a Nepalese restaurant.
Right.
We do Mexican a lot.
Something a bit with more like spice.
Yeah, and not exotic, but like complex flavor.
Yeah, right. Not like marinara sauce.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Like when we're thinking like, oh, we don't have time to cook, what are we going to get for dinner? I'm never like, let's do Italian.
Right.
Because it's just like not, it's just kind of blah. If you get it from a normal place.
Yeah.
But if you go to a nice Italian restaurant, it is the bomb. Like, they use all the like top quality ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just so well done. Like, and they are really clever with their flavors. And
do they make their own pasta? Do you know?
Yes.
We're gonna have to go.
I know. My husband got tortellini. Wait, no, sorry, not tortellini. Ravioli.
Also my favorite.
I mean, it's basically the same.
Anything
it's just a bigger
cheese
version.
stuffed in a noodle.
Right. Except it wasn't cheese inside. It was short rib.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yum.
And it had a mushroom demi-glaze sauce.
You lost me, but all right.
And okay, I'm not a big mushroom fan, but
Yeah.
can you just imagine, like, if you love mushrooms?
If I love mushrooms, that sounds bomb.
And truffle and Parmesan shaved on top.
Yum, yum, yum.
My pasta was the pappardelle, the like flat, long noodles. Also with short rib shredded on top.
Yes, yum.
And it had like this rich gravy sauce.
Oof.
And what's the word I want? Not shredded, not diced. Finely chopped, whatever, green onions, scallions.
Oh, yeah.
And Parmesan. And then it came with a horseradish cream sauce on the side.
Horseradish is my favorite.
That I just put like a little dollop on each bite. And it was so good.
That sounds delightful. I would not have thought that horseradish would be used in like Italian cooking.
Right. I didn't think so either. But because of the gravy was like so savory.
You needed like
a little bite.
Yeah.
But also the creaminess. Like,
yes.
It's just stuff like that. Like, you wouldn't think to put those things together. But people who work at these really nice restaurants, like, they know
Their
what
brains.
they are doing.
Yeah.
And it was fabulous. It's the kind of place where, like, when you look at something on the menu, even if there's an ingredient in it that you don't like mushrooms, for example, I would almost be tempted to order it anyway.
And try it.
Because the way that they make it is so high quality. All their ingredients are so fresh.
Yeah.
That, like, they would probably make it so good that you'd like it anyway. Even if you're not, like, a big mushroom fan.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Food science is, like, kind of crazy. So, Jake has this book. So, Jake, my husband, he is a manager at a restaurant where we live. And so he's like really big into cooking and food and all those things. And he has this book called The Flavor Bible. And it's basically just like this glossary of like, you know, you could look up any ingredient, say chocolate, for example. Okay. So you go to the C section, anyways, the section with the C words.
The letter C.
The letter C. And you find chocolate. And it just gives a list of all of the other ingredients that chocolate goes good with. Or you could do, like, if you have extra of something and you're like, what can I make with this? What can I pair this with? And then it will give you all these other ingredients that it could go well with. So
interesting.
Yeah. Yep. And so whenever Jake is like trying to figure out, you know, like a new special or something for the menu, or because like they're like a breakfast brunch place, and so he makes like he'll do like muffin of the day or whatever, like a special muffin.
Oh, and he gets to come up with the recipes?
Yeah, he gets to come up with it.
I just assumed that they like told him what to make.
Well, there's like specific muffins that they do always, and they you know, muffins that they always do, but they also do like a daily special. And so he can come up with that. And so sometimes he'll look in that book for ideas of like what could go
That's
with
cool.
like, you know, oh, we have a lot of leftover like mangoes. What could I do like with that or whatever? So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool. And it's something that like a lot of people get intimidated by, like people who don't cook.
Yes.
Or who don't know how to cook or don't like to cook.
Right.
Like I feel like they get intimidated by that kind of thing because it's like it really just takes repetitiveness and experience to learn. But then when you experiment with stuff, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like when we did bruschetta charcuterie.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, we made like bruschetta topping and had the little baguette slices toasted.
Yes.
But then we did other charcuterie things like salami and goat cheese. Right. And the thing that like was a little surprising was we got lingonberry jam.
Oh, yes, the lingonberry jam.
And it paired so well. Like we did apple, salami, lingonberry jam, or goat cheese and lingonberry jam, and it went so well with it. And then I tried to have it on because we had like a bunch extra after that was over. I was like, oh, it's jam, I'll use it with peanut butter, and it did not taste good.
I believe that.
And it was just like, it's a fruit, it's made into a jam, like why doesn't it taste good with peanut butter? It threw me off.
Not everything goes good with peanuts.
Nonsense, Daytona. Peanut butter goes with everything. At least so I thought. But anyway, yeah, I was a little surprised.
People do like peanut butter and ham sandwiches.
Yeah, my brother liked peanut butter and cheese when he was in elementary school.
That is so weird.
It was so weird.
You know what I loved in preschool? My mom would send me with these sandwiches, butter sandwiches.
Is it just butter on bread?
Yeah, but like as a sandwich.
Oh my god.
Untoasted, just like the country crock butter.
Tell me you were poor without telling me you were poor.
Yeah, spread and then crusts cut off.
Of course.
And yeah, very tasty butter sandwich. They hit. I mean, I guess
it's not that much different than butter noodles,
or just like
definitely
toast.
Hits.
You know, it's just untoasted toast.
It's
raw toast.
Raw toast. So I think I may have sent you this a while back, but I just stumbled across it again, and I was like, I have to bring this up.
Okay.
So I found that this ad popped up on my Facebook. And in big letters, it says, "We need your wisdom teeth."
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I was like, why? Why do you need my wisdom teeth? And it just says, donate your wisdom teeth. And then it says, get a $35 gift card when we receive your teeth. There's a button to click to learn more. And then it says, visit our website, find-em.org. And there's a phone number. And the thing that really threw me off was that there was a picture of military like combat boots with an American flag sticking out of them. And nowhere on here, that's all. Like there was no explanation other than like the click here to visit more. But when I clicked on it, it didn't go anywhere. Like the link was broken.
What?
So I'm like, who on earth needs your wisdom teeth? Like, first of all, I have so many questions. First of all, Who hangs on to their wisdom teeth?
Well, like, I don't even think I had the option of getting them.
no. Like, you
Well,
get
and
them
mine
taken
were
out
also
at the
very
dentist.
impacted that I think they had to, like, break them apart to, like,
Ugh.
take them out. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's just me making it up. But, like,
No, I mean, that does happen.
okay. Because, yeah, mine were growing completely sideways.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how they even took them out. So, I feel like they had to have broken them.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, say for some reason there's an organization that collects teeth. Weird, but okay, just accepting it on face value. Wouldn't you like send ads out to dentist's office and like
Right.
oral surgeon offices?
Right.
Not just like to
Random
Everyman
people
Joe on Facebook. Like
collecting
nobody
teeth.
has wisdom teeth just at home in the closet. Like, I don't know. I thought it was very weird.
And if they do have their wisdom teeth in the closet, they probably want them. Like,
Yeah, there has to be a reason that they hung on to them. Like, jeez. So then I was doing a little bit of Googling to figure out like what this website is, Find EM Teeth, whatever. And I eventually figured out Find EM is developing a database that will allow scientists to break the enamel isotope code.
Okay.
So apparently there's a way to look at people's teeth, and it's not the same as DNA, but it's similar in that you can like identify people by their teeth makeup or like the chemical composition of their teeth.
Right.
And Find EM is a project that supports identification and repatriation of American POW and MIAs using dental chemistry.
I see.
So they use it to like
so
identify
that's why
remains.
there was a picture of the American flag and like the combat
Right.
boots.
But they didn't put that on the ad. They just
Right. It
said, "Send
was
us
just,
your teeth."
We need your teeth.
Yeah.
Which just makes it sound like a scam. Like
It really, yes. I almost just scrolled past it, but I was like, I have to know.
right.
But the average person isn't going to put in the time to like investigate what this is about.
Right.
And like, yeah, sure, it's a noble cause. Like if grandpa or whoever is over in Vietnam and you can't get his remains back because you can't identify them, if me sending me my unused teeth from the closet is going to help you, then sure.
Then sure.
But just what a weird strategy.
Yeah,
to
it's just a
advertise
weird
on
marketing
Facebook.
like tactic to do it that way.
And you're gonna pay me too? Like you're gonna pay me $35? That feels very, very close to towing the line of like organ dealing.
Yeah, it's very
And,
odd.
like purchasing body parts from people. Is that what we're doing now?
Right. Well, it's funny. Like that reminds me of in the Mike Birbiglia special, the new one on Netflix. It's literally called The New One. FYI, you should look it up. It's really fun. It's very good.
Not sponsored.
Yes. He talks about how like he had to go to see like when he and his wife were trying to have a baby, he had to go to like a fertility specialist.
Yeah.
And he had to like in a cup. And
Yeah.
and so he did it the first time, and then they were like, so we need you to do it again. And he tells this joke basically saying like, am I being punked? Like,
Yeah.
and so it's like, you know, they asked me to do it, and then they were like, well, what do we do now? Well, ask him to do it again. Like, and so it just feels kind of like, ask people to send us their wisdom teeth. See what happens. See how many we get.
They actually do it. You're like, wait, that worked?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it makes me think of. Like we need your teeth.
But then I also just imagine you work for them and your job is to sort the mail.
Yeah.
And you just
Teeth.
open packages
bills,
of teeth all day.
teeth. A letter.
But then I'm
Teeth.
trying to imagine what the storage facility looks like. I'm
Yeah.
imagining the wall from the TV show Bones where they have all those lit up little cubbies where they put all the remains,
Yes.
but it's just like teeny tiny drawers so they put teeth.
Yeah, I don't know. And like, what is like the shelf life on teeth. I'm assuming for
bones last thousands of years,
bones
right?
Or yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't think I necessarily want to.
But I'm just so curious. It feels like something that would be on Dirty Jobs, where like he takes a tour of the teeth facility. Like
That would freak me out.
But also, I mean, I guess it's because it's the only bone you can remove from a person's body without like damaging them. Like, I feel like teeth is such a small bit that like, why aren't they just like trying to get cadavers from hospitals?
Yeah,
like why aren't they using
like
bodies that are
dentist
donated
offices?
to science?
Well, and especially wisdom teeth too. Could they use other teeth besides
they're
wisdom
probably
teeth?
just not big enough.
Right, because that's the thing. I'm like, lots of people like, like keep their kids' baby teeth and stuff. Like, I think I have
Yeah.
my first tooth somewhere.
I'm
around in my
imagining
stuff.
in my head, I'm picturing, you know how when they like drill for ice cores
Yeah.
and they pull out the tube of like the layers.
Right,
I'm imagining them
yes.
doing that to a
Oh,
tooth.
yeah,
And I'm imagining the baby teeth just aren't big enough
Yeah.
to get like a good sample out of it.
Right, right.
Or maybe
Yeah.
they need something like the enamel isotopes like need time to develop, like the rings of a tree. And if you're only 6, you don't have
You don't have enough rings yet?
Yeah. I don't know. I just have so many questions. So many questions about how this works.
Well, if you work for this company, email
Yes,
us.
please
email
email
us.
us.
Yappiness
I want to know all your secrets.
Yeah, I think teeth, hair, fingernails, things like that
Yeah.
really freak me out. Like, I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
hair on your head, not gross. As soon as it's on the floor, disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why the hair museum freaks me out so bad. Because I'm just like, ugh. Like,
Yeah.
no. And I think that just like, I don't know, things that stick around after you're dead are like extra gross and creepy. Like,
It's interesting. I saw a really interesting article about this. About how back in the day, like even just as far back as like the early 1900s, people were so much less removed from death. Like the distance between like us as a society and when people die was so much shorter because people would be around their loved ones when they died. And they
Yes.
would like, inter them in the home, and people would come to the home to like, pay their respects, and they would bury
Right.
them personally. And like, it was much less clinical and institutionalized than it is now. And it was much more common, especially for like the upper class, to keep mementos of their dead loved ones.
Right.
Like they would keep hair and lockets and teeth of
right.
deceased children and stuff like that. And it was totally normal, and it was just like a way of keeping loved ones close.
Right.
And now we're so much farther removed from death that we view it as a very morbid and creepy thing to do.
Yes.
And I thought that was really, really interesting.
That is fascinating. Yeah, I think, like, I remember being a kid and going to an open casket funeral and being, like, really freaked out.
Yeah.
And I know that that's, like, considered a very normal thing to do. But to me, I'd never seen a dead body before, and I was, like, 10 maybe.
Yeah.
And
But, back in the day, by the time you were 10, you would have seen a lot of dead bodies.
yeah, exactly. And, like, really, there shouldn't be anything, like, weird or creepy about it.
Right.
But if you're just not used to it, like, and obviously I think nobody knows how they're going to react to death until they're
Right.
like reacting to it.
I also wonder if it's because like the difference in the reaction is partially because we're just not around it as much as we used to. But it's also because, back in the 1700s or whatever, they didn't have zombie movies or
Right.
like, any type of media that was about like Dracula was only written at a certain point in history. And before
Yes.
that, there was no kind of like undead imagery.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that like ancient peoples had undead imagery, but like it
Yeah,
wasn't
they
as
definitely
pervasive
did. They definitely
as it is
did.
now.
But it wasn't like a whole like, you know, World War Z. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like zombie movies were like big for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what
Um,
I'm trying to say is that dead bodies a while ago were just a fact of life. And now dead bodies are like used as a horror
right.
type or
Yeah,
like
I
a
see what you're
horror
saying.
imagery
Yeah.
when I feel like it didn't used to be that way.
Right. Like it was just more normalized.
Right.
Because again, it was just a more personal experience. Whereas now, like when someone dies, they often like are taken to the hospital. Like,
Yeah, or the
you know,
morgue or the undertaker, the funeral home, whatever
yeah,
it is.
like the family is not handling the body anymore.
Right.
At least not in, you know, like Western cultures.
Right. America.
Or even in like European countries either, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. I don't really know how they do it in other cultures. But I also feel that different cultures like honor death differently than we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like different cultures have different rituals and like things they do to like mourn the death, and I feel like in American culture we're just so obsessed with like moving on. Like,
Yeah.
so sad anyway, like proceed as normal.
Well, we have this sort of mentality that your existence is only valuable if you can contribute and produce.
Right, exactly.
And so as soon as you're dead, that's not true anymore. And
right.
so it's like it's not worth our societal values don't have any place for someone who is deceased.
Right, exactly. And, you know, it's very sad. And
yeah.
it's like
I think it's part of the reason why people have such a hard time grieving.
Yes.
Obviously not that people in other cultures can't grieve, but like
right.
we don't have any way to like incorporate dead people into our lives going forward because their legacy is all about like what they made.
Right. As opposed to like, wow, I loved this person. Like, I don't really care about what they did. It was how I felt like and what our relationship was like. And so, yeah, I don't know. I feel that the entire, like, just this whole culture around proceeding as normal, even though things are very much not normal.
Yeah. Not okay. Not
and
good.
not okay. Like, and that's the thing too, like, we have a situation in our family right now where a family member is rapidly declining and probably will like pass away in
like an elderly family.
Yes. And will pass away relatively soon. And it's just like we all need to take a breath and like pause. Like, you know, we need to grieve this and mourn this properly because it's not going to end well. That's the thing about grief is that it just keeps bubbling up and up and up, and soon it's going to boil over. And I think as a society, we are all collectively going through a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
And have been for years at this point. And like, I mean, I feel like COVID, we never fully like properly grieved COVID.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, and we're not properly grieving currently, and everyone is just trying to proceed as normal when everything is just not normal.
Yeah. I found a poem recently called "The First Lines of Emails I've Received While Quarantining." So this was written back in 2020. It's posted by someone called Jessica Salfia.
Okay.
And every line in this poem is the first line of an email that she received during quarantine. All right, here goes. In these uncertain times, as we navigate the new normal, are you willing to share your ideas and solutions? As you know, many people are struggling. I know you are up against it, the digital landscape. We share your concerns. As you know, many people are struggling. We hope this note finds you and your family safe. We've never seen anything like this before. Here are 25 long-distance learning tips. As you know, many people are struggling. Feeling fiesta today? Happy Taco Tuesday! Calories don't count during a pandemic. Grocers report flour shortages as more people are baking than ever. As you know, many people are struggling. Count your blessings, share your blessings. Get free curbside pickup or ship to your house. Chicken, lemon, artichokes. As you know, many people are struggling. How are you inspiring greatness today? We have a cure for your cabin fever. Pandemic dial-in town hall tonight. As you know, many people are struggling. Mother's Day looks a little different this year. You're invited to shop all jeans for 50% off. Yes, buy one, get one free. As you know, many people are struggling. Call us to discuss a loan extension without penalty. Act now. Tell Congress charters should not line their pockets during the COVID crisis. Now shipping face masks as recommended by the CDC. As you know, many people are struggling. This is not normal.
I love that.
Yeah, I thought it was very clever.
That is very clever. Yeah, I mean, we're constantly bombarded with this thing, that thing, and then, as you know, many people are struggling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very good. I remember, I think we talked about this in our last episode, but I remember, like, when we would watch shows, all the ads would just be like, everything is normal, buy our product. Yes. And then it's like Grey's Anatomy, the main characters are dying.
Yes.
Like, which Grey's Anatomy...
Chasing Cars is playing in the background on the TV show and in real life.
Setting the record of how many times we can play Chasing Cars.
Anything.
Yeah. Not that Grey's Anatomy is known for being a realistic show.
No.
But I feel like it did embody the stress.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like life is like Grey's Anatomy. It's like, how many bad things can happen? A plane crash, a fire, a shooting, like a tsunami. I don't know.
A shipwreck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like that poem. Jessica Salvia, shout out to you.
It's amazing. Yeah. I think in general, you know, we can't proceed as normal and we have to be in community with one another and we have to just embrace the whimsy and do what we have to do to survive and take care of one another. And yeah, that's the tea.
Preach.
Well, we can just go into our final poem then and sign off from there.
Okay.
I don't really know what the title of this poem is, but it's by Adam Martin, a poet. And it is: I have known churches with sofas, with chipped mugs and radiators that knock like old knees, where the sermon is a dog at your feet and someone remembering how you take your tea. There is holiness in houses that hold you, in the smell of toast, the sound of keys, the way light lands on the wall where the sun always stops. This isn't worship with hymns, it's worship with blankets, with staying, with laying down your fear on a sofa older than you are and calling it enough. So if you are looking for a sacred place, start where your shoes are by the door. Remember, or where the tea tastes like remembering and the silence warms instead of waits. Some churches don't need steeples. And I just really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've always said that, like, I think sometimes that the most, like, closest to God I have felt is in the midst of friends and loved ones and, like, sitting on a couch in someone's living room as opposed to, like, going to church. You know? Because I think church looks different for a lot of different people. And I think communing with others is just as important. So there was also a quote that it was a tweet back in the day when it was still tweeting by Steve
Wines, Wins. I don't know how you say it. Blessed are those who can't breathe inside a church because of the pain it has caused, for God will meet them elsewhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, church is a really hard thing for a lot of people. And I know it was for me for a great deal of time. And so, you know, I think I like the idea that, like, God is big enough to meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think that church needs to happen inside of a specific building or with a specific person preaching a message or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so different. And, you know.
And I think a lot of people who are in the church who do attend the specific building would agree with that.
Yeah.
If you ask them.
Right.
But then it's like some of them don't act like they agree.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Like, I just feel there's a lot of emphasis typically placed on the meeting at the specific building at the specific time. And, like, gotta keep things on schedule and gotta, like, you know, proceed as normal. Like, even though it's like, no. Like, I liked what it said about, like, you know, what was it? It said, this isn't worship with hymns, it's worship with blankets, with staying. And I just think that, like, you know, and also where the tea tastes like remembering and the silence warms instead of waits. And I just think that, you know, there's so much to be said about just chilling out. Like, and
spending time.
Yes, and taking time.
But at the same time, I think for some people, obviously this isn't true for everyone, but for some people, the ritual of attending the church service is the way that they are able to get out of the house and connect with people.
Right.
Because if you try to build your own community without the structure of the church service schedule that, like, everybody knows it's happening the same time every week, and it's like an excuse for everybody to gather at the same time. If you don't take advantage of that predetermined structure and you try to build your community outside of that, it's a lot of work.
That's true.
Like, you have to put a lot of effort into scheduling stuff, getting it on the calendar, contacting people, asking them to come over. And some people just are not capable of that, or they don't have the emotional bandwidth, or
they just don't want to,
or they don't want to. So
yeah, that's true.
For me personally, like, doing it myself is, I get more out of it because I can structure the gathering however I want to, and I can invite the people that I feel I will connect with the most, and I'm not sort of bound by the constraints of a organized gathering that's put on by an institution, you know, like, and I also feel, not that the people that I hang out with that I know from church would be like this, but I feel like some people feel that if you're at a church organized or a church sanctioned gathering, there are certain topics that you just, like, don't discuss, or, like, certain things that you don't say, or certain beverages that you don't have, or whatever, and it just kind of puts limits on it.
Yes,
not that those are necessarily bad in every way, but, like, it just makes it so that it's possible that those restrictions could make it so that it's not what everybody needs.
Yes, well, exactly. And that's the thing too. I think one of the biggest issues with church today is just that it has harmed people. Like, and there are people who have been completely shut out by it. And so, like, why on earth would they come to that? And so I think, you know, churches wherever, it doesn't have to be.
There are massive benefits to just building your own community without that pre-built scaffolding.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Shall we close out with a poem?
Oh, yes.
This is Good Bones by Maggie Smith, and no, it's not the Professor McGonagall. It's an American author from Ohio.
I was like, Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
What can she not do?
An American author from Ohio of the same name.
Okay.
Life is short, though I keep this from my children. Life is short, and I've shortened mine in 1,000 delicious, ill-advised ways. 1,000 deliciously ill-advised ways I'll keep from my children. The world is at least 50% terrible, and that's a conservative estimate, though I keep this from my children. For every bird, there is a stone thrown at a bird. For every love child, a child broken, bagged, sunk in a lake. Life is short, and the world is at least half terrible, and for every kind stranger there is one who would break you, though I keep this from my children. I am trying to sell them the world. Any decent realtor walking you through a real shithole chirps on about Good Bones. This place could be beautiful, right? You could make this place beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah. It's just, it is what we make of it.
Yes, it's true. Life's what you make it. So let's make it rock, in the words of Hannah Montana. Anyway.
Role model of the ages.
Yes. And on that note, we'll see you next time. And you know where to find us, at YappinesPod on Instagram. And feel free to email us, yappinesspod@gmail.com. Peace out.
Yappers out.